Wow, it's another day. You're most welcome. This is Algebra to Mathematics channel, and you're welcome to this presentation numbered 005 of our topic, which is none other than series and sequences. And we are proceeding with the GP, rather the geometric progression. Through the examples, we can explore more about the GP. Specifically, we are going to be finding the first term and then the common ratio in these given examples. So, if you're on this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, like, share, so that whenever I upload a new video, you are notified, so that you don't miss out any video. And if you don't have a calculator, please grab one, more so a scientific calculator. So let us have this question. It reads, the first term of a GP with a positive common ratio is 80. If the sum of the first three terms is 185, then find the common ratio. So we are required to find the common ratio in this question. So let us break down this question by having the response, rather the solution to it. So in the question, they say that the first term of a GP with a positive common ratio is 80. And remember, the first term is always abbreviated as A, which is now equal to the 80. And again, they are saying that if the sum of the first three terms is 185. So since this is a GP, generally, we always have the first term as the A, the next term is the AR, the third term is the AR squared, and then we can have the first term as the AR cubed. So it continues in this order. This is the general format of a geometric progression we can have. But in here they are talking of the sum of the first three terms. So the first three terms are these ones only, and they are saying that they are equal to 185. So we need to formulate that equation. So it means that if we get the A as the first term plus our second term plus our third term of the GP should be equal to the 185 as it is in the question. So in here, remember, we have the value of A, which is our first term, and for us, we are required to determine the value of the common ratio, which is R, and we don't know it. So from here, simply we are going to substitute, but from the question, been given RA, which is the first term, as 80. So as we substitute in, it means that we are going to have the 80 plus the 80R plus 80R squared should give us the 185. So let us collect the like terms, take this 80 on the right hand side, and rearrange the equation straight away. So we are going to have the 80R squared plus 80R, then plus the 80 minus 80 should give us the 185. Take away 80. On the left hand side, we remain with 80R squared plus 80R should give us the 105. So we can bring this constant on the right hand side towards the left hand side, or to the left hand side, so that you can form the quadratic equation. That means our quadratic equation is coming to be the 80R squared plus 80R minus 105 equals to the 0. So this one is a quadratic equation for which we can solve it using any of the methods of solving quadratic equations. So in here we are going to explore one method. Let us use the formula method, whereby we can now let the A to be this time round, not the A we know we are talking of. So the A value is now 80, the B value equals to the 80 still, and then the C value equals to the negative 105. And then from our formula, which is now the R, is gonna be in the form of the negative B plus or minus the square root of the B squared minus the 4AC, the whole of it divided by the 2A. So let us simply substitute. It implies that our R is going to be equal to, our B is 80, so we have negative 80 plus or minus the square root of our B, which is 80 squared, minus the 4 multiplied by our A, which is 80, multiplied by our C, which is negative 105. The whole of it divided by the 2 multiplied by the value of A, which is 80. So our R is coming to be equal to the negative 80 plus or minus the square root of the 80 squared is 6,400. Then this is gonna be positive. Then we have 105 multiplied by 80, then still multiplied by 4, giving us 33,600, and the whole of it divided by the 160. As we continue simplifying, we are getting our R being equal to the negative 80 plus or minus the square root of, so if we simplify inside here, we have the 6,400, so under the square root we have 40,000 divided by 160. So as we continue simplifying, this is giving us negative 80 plus or minus. Now the square root of 40,000 is coming to be 200. So divided by the 160. You can now say that either the R is going to be equal to the negative 80. Let us first consider the plus, maybe. So plus 200 divided by the 160. So if I simplify that, I'm getting R being equal to positive 120 divided by 160, which eventually gives me the result to be the 0.75, and this is the same as 3 out of 4. So that is the either part. We can have that, or the R value can be equal to the negative 80 minus the 200 divided by 160. So the R is giving me the value to be negative 1.75. But in the question, since we are getting two values of R, we can reverse the question. They are talking of with a positive common ratio, and the common ratio is the R. So one of them is positive, then the other one is negative. Simply it means that the correct one is the one which is positive. We can now go ahead and conclude that therefore the common ratio is simply 0.75. Rather, somebody can say 3 divided by 4, or 3/4. So this could be our response for that example 7. We can now go to example 8. It reads, in a GP, the second term exceeds the first by 20 and the fourth exceeds the second by 15. Find the two possible values of the first term. So in our solution, let us begin by internalizing the question step by step. So that in the GP, the second term exceeds the first term. So the second term in terms of a GP is given by the AR. Then say that exceeds the first term. Then the first term of the GP is given as A. Then from this statement, from here up to here, we can now formulate equation depending on it. So that if I get the AR, which is our second term, minus our first term, I must be in position to get 20 as the result. I can name this as equation 1. That the fourth term exceeds the second by 15. And you know that if you are to get the fourth term of the GP, it has to be at the AR power 3. And according to this statement, from here up to where we have 15, it means that we are going to get our first term, which is AR power 3, minus the second term, which is the AR, should give us the 15. You can name this as equation 2. So now we are going to solve these two equations simultaneously until we get the value of A, which is the first term. So simply, we can say that from our equation 1, we can see that we have the AR minus A being equal to the 20. We can try to factorize out the A. So the next step, we are going to have the A into the R minus 1 equals to the 20. We can try to make one the subject of the other. So we are going to remain with R minus 1 being equal to the 20 divided by A. So you can name this as equation 3. Then as we revisit the equation 2, that from equation 2, we can factorize out the AR into the R squared minus 1 equals to 15. And in the bracket here, we can see that it's a difference of 2 squares. We can simplify that. It means that we are going to have the AR into R minus 1. Close the brackets, open another bracket. The R plus 1 should give us the 15. But from this step, we can see that from our equation 3, R minus 1 equals to 20 divided by A. So we can now substitute in for the expression of R minus 1. So we are going to have now our AR multiplied by R minus 1, which is same as 20 divided by our A, then multiplied by the R plus 1 should give us the 15. We can now see that this A and this are going to cancel out, and we remain with our R multiplying the 20. So we have 20R, but multiplied by the R plus 1 being equal to 15. Still, we can come up with a quadratic equation. But before that, we can divide it through by 5. Since there is a common factor of 5, so we divide it through by 5. Divide it through by 5. In here, we are going to remain with 4R, but multiply by this R to have 4R squared. Then plus the 4R should give us the 3. To make it a quadratic equation, let us take this 3 on left hand side. So we are going to have the 4R squared plus the 4R minus 3 equals to 0. And this is a quadratic equation for which we can solve it using the methods of solving quadratic equations. So we have 4R squared plus 4R minus 3 equals to the 0. For this, let us use maybe factorization. I can see that it can be factorized. And we are going to look for the factors of 12, which are the 1 and 12. We have the 2. This side we are going to have the 6. Shall have the 3 and then the 4. How have I got that? I've multiplied this 4 by the 3 to get the 12, and then I'm looking for the factors of 12. So in here now, I'm looking for 2 factors or 2 numbers from the factors of 12, for which when I add them, I'm going to get 4, but when I multiply them, I'm to get negative 12, because the product of the factors is negative 12, and then the sum of the factors is 4. Those 2 values are, so we are going to use the 2 and 6, but which one should we make negative? We make the 2 negative. Since if we add the negative 2 to 6, we are going to get a positive 4. And if we multiply the negative 2 by 6, we shall get negative 12. So now from this equation, which is the 4R squared plus the 4R minus 3 equals to 0, we are now going to factorize. So we have now 4R squared minus 2R, then plus 6R minus the 3 equals to 0. So in here we can pull out the common, which is the 2R, into remaining with the 2R, then minus 1, plus I can pull out the common here is a 3 into the 2R minus 1, which will give us a 0. Still here we can see that the 2R minus 1 is common. We can still factorize it out. We have now the 2R minus 1 multiplied by the 2R plus 3, should give us a 0. Then from this step, can now say that either the 2R minus 1 should give us a 0, implying that our R equals to the half, or the 2R plus the 3 should give us a 0, implying that our R is going to be equal to negative 3 divided by 2. So far we have got the values of R, and they are 2. And our question should be which one is correct. So we have to reverse the question. Let's say find the 2 possible values of the first term. So having got the R, remember they want A, not R. So we are going to use each one of the gotten or obtained R and get the corresponding first term, which is abbreviated as A. So now it means that from this step, from equation 3, consider from equation 3, which is the R minus 1 equals to the 20 divided by A. It also means that our A is simply equal to the 20 divided by the R minus 1. So now we can now substitute in for R equals to a half. What does it mean? It means that our A is simply going to be equal to the 20 divided by the half minus 1. So I have A equal to the 20 divided by the negative half. And this gives me our value of A being equal to. Still for the R equals to the negative 3 out of 2, we are using the equation that A is equal to the 20 divided by the R minus 1. So it implies that our A for this case is going to be equal to the 20 divided by the negative 3 out of 2 minus 1. So this gives me the 20 divided by, so the LCM is 2, then I have negative 3 minus the 2. This is equal to the 20 divided by negative 5 divided by 2. Once I simplify that, I'm getting our second A, or our value of another value of A being equal to the 20 divided by the negative 5 divided by 2. And this is the same as having the 20 multiplied by 2, but divided by the 5, but negative. And this is giving me negative 8. You can now go ahead and conclude. So you try out this example 9. Try it out and drop your answers in the comment section. And thanks for watching. If this video has been of value, like it, share and subscribe to the channel. See you again next video. Goodbye.